Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda. Off here to a glorious 2v2 on Torrente. In the south, we have the German army, the Deutsches Afrika Corps here. Both players playing as the DAK here, Frost and Alstreim. Fighting here for the German army, the 16th Panzer Division. Task will be taking this city just recently claimed by the Americans of the 1st Infantry Division after a previous infantry division fell back under German command. So we got an airborne drop here for Sorceleur, who's on the American side alongside Ra. So that means airborne there for Sorceleur, with airborne as well for Ra. So we got both American players here, but we're committing to airborne. So definitely a heavy air support element here for the United States as they hope to hold the city in the face of the German counterattack here. So double Panzer Grenadiers here for Frost. As for Alstreim, we are seeing more Panzer Pioneer and then Panzer Grenadiers. As always, by the way, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued support of the Propagandacaster, allowing me to keep making all these videos. A big thanks to all you wonderful people. And a big thanks to all those people who keep liking and commenting my videos. Helps me out as well there by getting the video out to more people. So, first shots fired here. Panzer Pioneer being assailed with Pathfinders here close to the field point. So first in there with a heavy supporting element for the 82nd Airborne. Probably played a crucial role in taking the city here, of course. Pathfinders there, though, being dropped here by the Panzer Pioneer. We got Panzer Grenadiers moving forwards here now for Frost, linking up with the Panzer Pioneer who acts as a spearhead into the city proper. East side here, Raven moving forwards there. With engineers as well, though, we got a fairly fast 250 half-tech here for Frost. No sign yet of a battle group here, though, for Frost and his party of the 16th Panzer Division, 1st Panzer Grenadier Company. And we got here a fast 250 as well here for Alstreim. That is a fairly mechanized element being committed here by the 16th Panzer Division to take control of the city back for the Americans. Eastern side engineers here at watch. Panzer moving forward here through the ruins. We'll be encountering those engineers soon enough. 250 half-tech right around the corner. Church here held up by Ra's men, but there you go. Eastern engineers being pushed back here by the might of the Panzer Grenadiers. We're off here to Alstreim, who has yet to pick a battle group either. He's got a 2nd Panzer Grenadier squad on the way there, and he's got his Panzer Pioneer inside the half-track. Likely going to equip those with a flamethrower. That does tend to be a fairly popular combo, for unsurprising reasons. But there you go. Converging troops here by Ra and Sorceleur here hitting Frost. Ganging up on him and his Panzer Grenadiers were definitely outgunned in this. Otherwise, rough fight here already. Panzer Pioneer with the half-track and support here, forming up a 2nd line of defense, but it's not enough here as Ra and Sorceleur swing onwards. Then west side here, though, Alstreim hits the flank here of the Americans with this Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Pioneer, of course, his lighter Schützen Panzerwagen. The riflemen are being bled out. We got the flamethrowers already here, the Flammenwerfer. There you go. Proud squad, they almost wiped out. The south here skirmish continues now. We got a 2nd flamethrower up here, meaning Frost is ready to counterattack here as well. Here, suddenly catching the Americans in a bit of a top spot. But looks like here we got grenades. Yup. Grenades hit, tearing through here. Frost's Panzer Grenadier, forcing out the eastern side here of Torrente. In the center, Alstreim continuing to hold the line here against Sorceleur. And in the west side here, we got here one of the machine guns here, falls back. West side here, scouts standing at the ready. East side here, Raven pushing forwards, half-tech falling a bit back here, trying to keep a safe distance. Unsurprising reasons. Raven squad there being forced off. The old's got tech there for Frost. Light support company. Not really much else you can build there, to be honest. Center still being held here by the Germans, but the Americans have managed to secure large parts of the city proper. Otherwise, we've got airdrops here. Could be a 30 cal more. Could be paratroopers. They are very easily accessible for elite infantry. And that does look like to be a full-on paratrooper squad. Yes, indeed, going in hard here with the 82nd Airborne support of the 1st Infantry in the south side here. Riflemen pushing back the Panzer Pioneer. And we got an MG-34 here for Alstreim. And looks to be the same here for Frost. So in this urban environment, machines can be nice. We got bazookas here being rushed out for Sorceleur. In the center, the fighting continues. The Panzer Grenadiers here just being held up by the Ralph squad. Not really making a lot of progress there for Alstreim. And of course, the question is this really worthwhile of an engagement here for Alstreim? Or should he maybe like look to outmaneuver his opponent? Meanwhile, Ra there dispatching force to assist there. Engineers, riflemen, and we got flamethrowers on the way. Then meanwhile, Frost here slowly moving up the eastern side here. Over to Ra. with his 2 riflemen, 30 cal here, and Pathfinder squad. So he's actually gone for the weapon support center here, pulled in a 30 cal. Now that is interesting. So again, map here certainly likes your hang machine guns. We've got another airdrop here though for Sorceleur. And I once more remember I need to switch over here because it likes to switch team colors for some reason. So, anyways, MG44 being held up here. 34, not 44. So skirmishing here. But there technically was an MG45, which was a very, very late war thing. There's basically MG42 with an even higher rate of fire. As a fun fact, the east side here we got the 30 cal engaging the Panzers out in the open, ripping through them there. And the east side here we got Panzerpeter as well there. Center, the American forces have converged. They've forced the Germans back, splitting up here. Frost and Alstreim making it harder for them to support each other, at least to some degree. And we got a mechanized upgrade here for Ra, so that's an easy choice. Could certainly mean 76mm Shermans, but also improvised armor, maybe. Smoke and of course specialized munitions, but no one really goes for specialized munitions. Some people go for the smoke shells at least. Plans with these have the 30 cal here, bleeding out down to 2 men. We got a half track there for Ra. Interesting, he goes for that. Not say, you know, the M16 here or the M375 gun motor carriage instead of just going straight for the half track. I mean, he could save munitions on. Obviously, he would not save fuel, but I feel like this would still be a better choice for him. But ultimately, that is between Ra and High Command. Meanwhile, Germans force here under Alstreim launches a counterattack on the center here, reclaiming the fuel point here by the plaza. East side here we got Torrente for Frost. Signaling he has gone for Italian infantry, adding in some more severe Italian assault engineers, as that was where the Torrente were. Quite elite and quite tough gentlemen. With the Lancia Fiamme Model 40, note there's actually an assault version of that flamethrower, which is basically sort of more like a one-use flamethrower, which was inspired the German Einstoss-Flammenwerfer, by the way. So, a little fun fact there. Go Pathfinder's pushed back here by the Torrente. And we got a half to go filled with rifle being upgraded to the M16. So, looks like he was actually trying to at least transport infantry with it somewhat, but also wanted that upgrade there. So that is an interesting move there by Ra, at least. Over to Sorceleur, who's got 2 paratroop squads out, 2 riflemen, and that 30 calis, and scouts have very much bitten the dust here. Second paratroop squad there, also been equipped with bazookas, so clearly want to be ready here to fight any German vehicles. We've got a flak filling out for Alstreim being pushed back here. Paratroops on the hunt here through the ruins of the city, only to be met there with the flak feeling. East side here, American assault slowing up here, creeping through onto Frost's right flank, which is definitely fairly extended and crucially not prepared for the M16 here with its 450 cal machine guns. But there you go, Torrente, they've been caught with a 30 cal already. That's 20 for Ra. Not looking great here for Frost. Torrente, we do get a smoke grenade, but to be honest, I feel like there's limits what they can achieve with that. Northwest here, paratroopers assaulting the Panzer Pioneer here with their carbines and the bazookas. 2 full squads of paratroopers will definitely be a bit of a headache there. You also got the air support center for Sorceleur. That of course means he's going to be a danger from above in more than one way. Meanwhile, Germans counterattack towards the east. We've got lots of flamethrowers here, catching American infantry. They got a breach here onto the train station, forcing the Torrente out there. Meanwhile, the M16 gets knocked up. A Panzer squad appearing with anti-tank rifles, catching Ra unprepared. Bit of a slip there. Great kill for the Germans. The combined German-Italian force here. But certainly a bit of a headache there for Ra, seeing his M16 being left a blazing wreck there in the ruins. Paratroops falling slightly back here, toward in the western sides here of the city. As German Panzer Grenadiers moving forward to the machine guns, and of course the flak feeling. Not looking great here for Sorceleur in the 1st Infantry. We got more airborne troops here, I think. This time from Ra. Yeah, looks like to be a pretty aggressive paradrop of that. And we got a Pack 38 called in here by Alstreim. We got more airdrops here on the MG. Instead of the 3rd paratrooper squad, he's just calling in there behind the machine gun to force reposition. Meanwhile, Esop, Pathfinder, he's launching an assault here. Panzer is called a bad spot. Yeah, it looks like to be exactly what he did there. And now calling in a strafing run, I think, on the MG-34. Flak feeling they're moving in here. The skies are alive. No, it's a dive bomb. He actually went for the dive bomb to try and take out the MG-34 team. Bolsey. East side here, American forces moving forwards here. Torrente there, slightly pondering the meaning of life as they're about to get attacked by the Americans. Two route squads, of course, that 30 caliber running straight to that Lancia Fiamme, plus, of course, the Beretta Modello 38 there. I don't know how to say 38 in Italian. In fact, I don't even know how to count in Italian. So, paratroopers are catching the Pentagon's on Frost command. Here we got the defensive operations and designate defensive line active. 250 after they're also moving about here for Frost. No sign of upgrade yet there. And we got the 254 reconnaissance tractor, which you can call an artillery, meaning it would be more like an artillery observer vehicle, or Beobachtung, which was like a general, thing the Germans had a lot of vehicles, even tanks in the role for. Obviously, so did the Western Allies. They had like, artillery observer tanks like the base of the Sherman, the Cromwells, whatnot, typically with a dummy gun to fit in more radio equipment. So yeah, little fun fact here, and certainly in most cases the more accurate way that artillery can call in, not just by, pressing a button, but, basically artillery observer teams at the front line to do all that work. So, little neat detail over there. Definitely not something you see often, but seems like Frost is a big fan of the 254 here, which itself was a fairly unique vehicle, and it was basically a tractor that also could switch to wheel drive. You can see there on the sides. A bit of a weird thing there. Most of serves in North Africa, basically. Flak feeling everything, and we got a strafing run here on the flak feeling. Was it a bombing run? It's a strafing run here. US Air Force quite active against the Germans of the 16th Panzerdivision, trying to break apart the German assault here. 254 here, scouting ahead. Meanwhile, Frost sending in fresh troops to actually man the front line, which has always been quite abandoned. Unfortunately for him, the Americans haven't exploited that. And we got more parrots. We got M1 anti-tank here from Sorceleur, ripping through Alstreim's flak feeling, has been upgraded with smoke. Thumbs up. Panzerjägers there spotted with the riflemen with the BARs. And is that an anti-tank? Yes, they're dropping an anti-tankers there as well. So both players there of the USF going pretty hard on the right-hand branch there of the battle group. Smoke being deployed here by the 254. Thumbs up. It definitely has a lot of utility to be able to call in smoke and regular barrages. West side here, the flak filling ripping through those paratroopers there. And the center, American troops slowly creeping forwards. East side there, Frost moving forwards here, and it's over to Alstreim, who's got the flak filling two 250s, plus an MG-34 and a PaK-38 here.
Ammunitions point is being taken from us.
Battle so far, though, a bit here and there. Both players sort of besides looking to up the other one up with them. Panzer Pioneer found a brief gap there, but ultimately is quickly plucked by Rifleman, as obviously Ra is not looking forward to having a German breakthrough at any point. Flak finna catch the MG there. West side here, Alstreim is actually forced back as Sorceleur there puts up pretty fierce resistance. There, going one tank plus bazooka fire here could take out there Alstreim's flak feeling, but it survives with just a single point of health. The only thing holding that together is steel sauerkraut being used to plug in the holes. My god, I'm surprised this thing is still driving! Ha! Yeah! Just hope no one sneezes as this thing is going to explode. Machine gun there, what? Going to grab it with the parachute. I think Ra's almost taken out here. In the end, though, Ra does successfully push back the Panzer Grenadiers here of the 16th Panzerdivision, 1st Panzer Grenadier Company. Got parachutes moving forward, or Guastatori moving forward, but do also have parachutes moving forward. And there you got 30 cal being spotted with the Guastatori. The Lancia Fiamme there burning up the crew, but not before they get suppressed here. Fierce resistance there, got other 30 cal trouble here with the Panzerjägers. We got paratroopers covering that flank here. Alstreim then needs to move to support here. Frost, I think. Americans, I think, so far displaying at times a bit better coordination than the Germans. And this could leave Frost quite exposed. Yes, Alstreim is not, I think, moving particularly aggressively here to assist his teammate. And Frost Panzerjägers definitely pay the price. Worth noting also, Alstreim is still yet to pick a battle group.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
And we got some take there, I think. We got the Panzer Commander there, and we got Mechanized Company for Frost. So one player there, definitely looking to push for fast panzers, but for Frost, hard to say what he's planning here. US Air Force continues to be as active as ever, as Alstreim's flak feeling continues to just hit something. Okay, we got Armoured Support here with veteran gunners, the Panzer Storm, and vehicle awareness. West side here fighting there. We got another airdrop Guessing another anti-tank here though from Sorceleur. That could be wrong. Over to Ra.
Enemy forces are converging on a fuel point.
It's another machine gun. Wow. East side here though, mines going off. There's Frost done a fairly good job. They're covering the flank here around the train station. The only departure there will be into the afterlife. Machine gun wiped out here. Mortar fire there from the 254 continues, I think, to be fairly effective. In fact, it's already reached Regiments 1, which allows it to actually lock itself down for even more powerful barrages. Power funds they're falling back here in the center. Looks like a combined assault here by both the 5th and 7th Infantry companies of the 1st Infantry Division. German force, they're forced back. What are we looking at the Allied bases? We got the tank depot on the way for Ra. Makes sense. He's gone for Mechanized, so obviously wants to go for tanks. And we got a tank already out here for Sorceleur, who also went for a tank depot and called in the 105mm Sherman. Looks like he's ready to blast open those streets. Big 2 points wise, it's 400 versus 373. Panzer Grenadiers are doming in pretty hard here behind the American lines, looking to cause chaos and havoc. But in fact, we only found ourselves on the seeming end here of an American 30 cal.
Territory point is no longer under our control.
Panzer Grenadiers, Panzer Pioneer, some depleted Guastatoria being sent forwards right into the 30 cal here. And there we go. Full wipe there. 3 flamethrowers total. Unsurprisingly resulting in a very, very terminally hot experience for anyone on the receiving end. And in the west side here, we got a Panther already out for Alstreim and the 16th Panzer Division. Straight into a grenade. Oh. And we got the 100 Division breaking up here into the west side here, catching the Panzer gunners and forcing them back with explosive ease. Paratroopers there being pinned down to the flak, feeling Panther feed they need repairs. Meanwhile, east side here, American forces are being slowly pushed back by Frost as he makes decent progress here with his infantry, particularly the Guastatoria are doing some good work despite being low numbers. The Panzer Pioneer though are at a high risk of being wiped out. There we go. Good wipe for Ra. Panzer Eagles there trying to block things up there. And in the west side of the ruins, we got the Panzer Pioneer diving in after the 105mm Sherman. Panzer Pioneer flanking up behind here. They need to be careful they don't get wiped out. Jameson does not have access to Guastatoria. But there you go, Panther 3 to the rescue. And we got an artillery strike called in here by the 254. On the east side, Panzer they're being pushed back by the Pathers. There you go, mortar fire from the 254 there, wrecking the 30 cal crew there. Down he goes. And it's out to Sorceleur. Calling in another anti-tank gun here. Black feeling, still firing away. The home to knock something out of the skies, but continues to not be quite successful. Steady push up the west side here. We actually got a 3rd Patriot squad with more bazookas here for Sorceleur. No light machine guns whatsoever. I feel like he would like at least 1 light machine gun upgrade here. He's clearly fixated on just German tanks. Panzers, they're being hit by the 105mm Sherman. They're definitely being pulverized in the streets. Panther moving forward, engaging. But anti-tank on fire there. Forces here. Alstreim back in the center of the German line holds. East side, the American forces are pushing forward. Got smoke here deployed, I think, by the 254. They're taking fire from the 30 cal. Grenades being chucked here, forcing back the engineers. It's just a lot of action here. Got heavy fire here. Underfound Sherman ripping into the Panzers there. Rapid charging forwards, a sprint there, trying to threaten with the grenade, doesn't work out. And we've still got that 105mm Sherman now. Veterans 1 already there. Advancing here through the ruined streets of Torrente. Ripping into the retreating German troops here. Meanwhile, we got here another Panzer ready there for Alstreim. As for Frost, we do have a Panzer Commando up as well. But no sign of Panzers yet. He still has that 254. Paratroopers occupying the western victory point here. Back at American base, showing away there. No sign of upgrade yet there for Ra. Obviously, versus the DAK, there's less need for 76mm Shermans though, because you know they don't have that much armor unless you're going for the Tiger tank. That said, the improvised armor could still be a good upgrade because the Panther 3s do struggle a bit more for armor. So, you know, further upgrading the armor of the Shermans would be a very good idea there for Ra to, shall we say, keep the Shermans alive for a bit longer against the Germans here. Over to Frost in a few seconds. There we go.
Our forces hold strong. The advantage
He's got almost everything selected except the howitzer there. 105mm howitzer there, the Italian one.
claimed our sector.
Fixing up the 254, which is actually close to Destiny 2. Sherman pushing 40 for Ra. Whilst the Tory will need to fall back here, lacking any and all anti-tank weapons. We got 2 Panzer squads out here for Frost. And I think both of his half-tanks are back at base acting as ambulances. West side here, though, it's a bit of a gruesome duel here. Panzer are counter-attacking against the 100 German is going through the German Panzer Grenadiers here. Straight from runs are being unleashed here as well, but not hitting anything. It is a pretty fierce assault here by the United States against the German positions. Hoping to throw back the 16th Panzer Division and force them out of the city. We got another Sherman out there for Sorceleur as well there. This time the regular one. 100 Sherman's about to get knocked up. There you go. Regular Sherman to the rescue. We got the Bazooka 5. We got anti-tankers here. Panzer Fleet's about to get knocked out. Can they take out 100 Sherman? No, they lost one Panther Fleet. No! Both Panther Fleets are down there. Alstreim went in hard, but it cost them both tanks. Partly because he forgot to order them to like focus fire on vehicles, I think, to a degree though. Even then, I think they actually trying to find that Sherman there. So either way though, close call there. But Sorceleur came out now well hit there. It's definitely a big problem for the Germans. East side as well there. Frost and the the first Panzer company is being forced out here by the Americans as well there. So quite a few blow hits to the 16th Panzer Division. We do have the Luftwaffe being ordered to navigate the narrow streets here to hit the Americans. There we go. Sherman there getting pulverized by heavy aircraft fire there, but it gets through the mess, for now at least. American forces establishing control of the center plaza there, east side here, ramming forwards. Another strafing around here, doesn't do too much. Sherman gets out of there alive. So what's happening next here? For Frost, he could go for the Panther Fleet. Oh, he's actually planning to go straight for the Tiger tank. Bold. I can certainly see the logic. I can see the logic, but certainly risky, though. It is, I think, helped mitigate it somewhat, at least by his fact his team didn't also try to go for the Tiger tank, though, of course, less so mitigated by the fact he lost all of his Panzer Fleets there. So got 335s to 332. Germans do have a small lead here with the Americans for now, but it certainly is dwindling here as the 1st Infantry continues to establish control here. Over to Alstreim. Who's got a fair amount of infantry, up to a total of 3 Panzer Grenadier squads now on top of the 2 Panzer Pioneer and a mix of vehicles and armor. He is similar to his teammate, by the way, Frost, using both his 250 half-tracks in the base, basically acting as ambulances. Still caught in the MD-30 Cal here. 250 4th half-track there, of course, doing absolutely amazing work there. May not be a unit used a lot there in 1v1s, but in 2v2s it definitely seems to have found a place for some players. East side here, Panzer Republic, east of Victor Point, Weapon pushing forward here. Down to low health there, Panzer is engaging the Sherman, swarming it with anti-tank rifle fire the home to get some lucky shots through. In the center there, Alstreim's got most of his forces parked, clearly concerned about pushing into the deeper confines to the west side against the Americans there. And also looking to keep, I think, a closer contact with his teammate this time around. Which does make sense. He's rushing forward into the Panzerjägers. East side here. Pathfinders creeping through the streets. MD-34 force spoke down. Sherman there taking further shots for the sidearm there from the Panzerjägers and their anti-tank rifles. And further here, we got the 100 Sherman closing in. 215 kills already there. Paratrooping forwards. In fact, almost wiping out the paratroop squad here. We got the flag filling going through it all. Sherman forwards here as well. No additional tanks here yet for Ra. Of course, they can also quickly change. He's going for the 254 tractor there, but no. Frost is able to salvage it here. And we got what looks to be a bombing run here. Yes, indeed. Wiping Alstreim's Panzer Pioneer squad there. It's a small win. That is a small win. But the Americans have mostly forced the Germans here across the dried out river. Barely holding on to the other side of the river bank here, and only narrowly. East side, that looks like Ra actually moved his forces away from the east towards the center, allowing Frost to creep an eastern victory point. And in the center here, Americans occupying the houses, making it hard here for Alstreim to push through there with a blitzkrieg maneuver. It's not like they're gonna blitzkrieg for a town anyways. Well, Otto could. Well, Otto's dead after he tried it against the Americans. Shut up. Over to Ra, who's got his carpet bombing run there ready, amongst other things. He's also got 2 Shermans now. Do we see any upgrades for them? Oh, he actually has gone for the 760 Sherman upgrade. I mean, if you're expecting a Tiger tank, it does make sense, and we do have a Tiger tank out obviously against DAK now. It's definitely more central than expected, but certainly improvised armor could also go over there. You got Panzergrenadier with decent point being ripped apart there. Tiger tank of the 504th Schwerer Panzerabteilung sent in to support the 16th Panzerdivision here in his attempt to reclaim the city from the Americans. Solo hits here. M18 Hellcat plus anti-tank there doing heavy damage to the Tiger tank. Meanwhile, Panther 3 there trying to assist arrives too late and instead becomes target practice from American gunners, causing immense amounts of damage here. East side, Panzergrenadier is making another push forwards, but the fire is withering and the Americans are unrelenting in their defense of the Eastern Victory Point here. More shells coming up in the Panzergrenadiers are dropping like very large flies. Germans rolling forwards here. Tiger tank lands a great hit with its 8-hit gun. We got the Guastatoria there, hard at work fixing up the Tiger tank. Tiger tank that lands with great hits. Almost got one of the Shermans. Got a carpet bombing run here. But it's from Sorceleur. And it's on Alstreim. It's on Alstreim. Catching his flak feeling. The buildings. It all collapses. Panther 3 stalemates out of there. And the 254, which is by Ace now, which is impressive. 2 thumbs up. Is also alive. But everything around the bridge here got flattened. Went undercover, there's Sorceleur pushing, and now Alstreim there orders the Luftwaffe in here to try and restore some order here to an otherwise messy situation. Panther 3's counterattacking, leading 1 Sherman there, blazing the middle streets, but not without taking out Panther 3 here. More Luftwaffe support here, Hellcat getting strafed. Aircraft got shot out of the skies by the M16, good God. I'd like to take down aircraft. Well then. Yes, they actually went for another one. Just true. And the other one, wait, they actually shoot them down fairly consistently. Huh. All the way, that's a huge blow there to the Germans. That's like the entire DAK, loiter there just counted. On top of like just losing so much to the previous carpet bombing run. Devastating blow to the 16th Panzerdivision, in particular to the 3rd Panzergrenadier Company under Hauptmann Alstreim. Over to Sorceleur. So yeah, we got 332 vs 250. The Germans have just suffered rather intense losses, but at least Frost Tiger tank is almost ready. No idea what Alstreim's going to plan to do here. Got a Flak 36. That's an option. That is definitely an option. Crosswing is Tiger forwards there. We got Guastatoria with the Telamine. Thumbs up to that as well. Air reconnaissance here, calling in the Grasshopper reconnaissance plane there. Also, I believe used for artillery observation. The German equivalent would have been the Fischler Stork, by the way. For some reason, Relic seems quite happy to just use the Stuka for that. But technically, the Germans did have aircraft for that as well. Territory being ripped apart. Smoke being deployed here. Yes, that's 254. There you go, in preparation here for Frost. And now we got Rahi with a bombing run against the MG-34. Seems a bit excessive. Right from there, 1 unit there wiped by the Tiger tank. A mighty 88 Hagflow shell just slams into them. In the center there we got more strafing runs here. The US Air Force is just absolutely not slowing down here against the Germans. Flak 36 firing away there. Did it actually shoot at the aircraft? I don't know. We got a Flak 36 out here. Tiger tank pushing up here. Close to actually 2 there. Panzer is being suppressed by the 30 cal. Sherman forwards here. Paratroops there with light machine guns. Machine gun being bombarded here. Americans need to counterattack that Tiger tank and destroy it before it becomes too late here. Too much of a problem. Does look like that's exactly what they're going to do here. Tiger tank suffering too much damage. Frost forgot to spot his Tiger tank here. Meanwhile, Hellcats racing in. They're going to flank the Tiger tank. Panzerjägers there find themselves unable to withhold the armored tide of American democracy. And Frost Tiger is knocked out. Flak 36, they did get off a few shots, but not enough to halt the Hellcats. Or the Shermans. Panzerjägers, they're almost sending out one of the 2 Hellcats under Sorceleur. What the hectic match here?
Commander, we're losing territory.
Panzer is pushing forwards here. Sorceler's also lost one of his paratrooper squads there. And over to Frost. So what is Frost going to go for next? Because he's not a bit closer to targeting. He could go for like a Stuka assault group here or a Panzer IV. Those would probably be his better bets. Panzerjäger's wiped out. He might even see the second one going down here as Ra advances forward. In the 254, it's going to get spotted as well here. Frost, though, narrowly packs it up. That gets it moving. 25 kills, though. Very impressive. Thumbs up. Flak 36 turning around here to try and assist here. Frost driving the Sherman in direction of the flak. White phosphor shell there, but it's like a help against the flak. And there you go. 88mm armor piercing around there. Slams into the Sherman. 254 takes a hit here. Oh dear, the white phosphorus has drawing attention, and now we got a carpet bombing run on the flak here. Alstreim quickly hitches up the flak and starts driving away with it. Step on it, Jürgen! I don't want to die here! I don't want to die in Italy! And there you go, Panther III almost gets knocked out here. Good God! Is this the US Air Force? Is the RAF? Well, technically, I guess it doesn't make much of a difference. Where they're just indiscriminately bombing. Panther III, they're completely scorched. At least in the front half. Flak 36 that got out of that mess here. And we got Frost here with a Flak 36 of his own. So that's double Flak 36s now, ladies and gentlemen. Double the flak, double the glory. Not every day you see that, that's for sure. Of course, Frost is forced to immediately get his flak going there. Some American troops are moving in there. If he didn't, they're going to just chuck a satellite charge at it. Then turning it into a flat 36. Meanwhile, more Shermans being forward here for Ra. Obviously not keen on the Germans. They're having a flak 36 more. And we got what looks to be actually called in here by Frost and his 254 here. Oh dear. Support weapon there cleared out. There's so many support weapons just littered across the ruins now. Meaning on the west side here, there's a bit of action, but a lot of the fighting's moving towards center east as the west side is kind of forgotten. Ra here moving the ships at the very far east here, not a bad idea here. Frost Panzer is moving about here with east of victory point. We got 188 versus 332. It is over to Alstreim with his own Flak 36, and he's gone for Stuka Fuss as well. Alrighty then, Flak 36 scores ahead here. Trying to grab the anti-tank right in front of the Flak 36 here. Oberblitz are getting hammered here by the M1 anti-tank gun there. Panzer is trying to deal with it. Oberblitz down, leaving the Flak 36. Not easy target, and there we go. As soon as that happens, US Air Force goes bananas. They want that thing gone. Apparently the pilot wasn't the best aim though. Meanwhile, Sherman East here. Oh, could go down here. Almost got him with the anti-tank rifles of the Flak 36. Can Frost knock it out? And the Sherman is down. Meanwhile, in the center, a Hellcats with 105 Sherman launches assault here to clear out the other Flak. Meanwhile, anti-tank crewed up, decrewed. Flak 36 recruit again, opening up the 105 Sherman here. Meanwhile, Panzer is trying to keep the infantry away here. Paratrooping forwards here. Sherman knocked up with the Flak 36 here. And now we got the satchel charge. No, it's a grenade. It wasn't a satchel. Maybe it was a misclick. Hellcats, though, get away from the Flak 36. Good God, this is turning into like, you know, mission in the Call of Duty game or, well, Brothers in Arms, remember that classic. But, like, you know, the emphasis on Flak 36 is like, you know, just being the primary target of USF attention. Alright, Corporal, we got a Flak 36 down that street. We need you to clear it out. And there you go. Oberblitz, number 2 knocked out. We got Telecom in with the 254, saving the other Flak 36. Good God, these Flak 36s, they're pretty much the only thing keeping the Germans in the game at the moment. Safe to say those are some historically accurate Flak 36s, I guess. As a fun side note, the Germans actually had a more advanced version of the 88mm flak known as the Flak 41, but those were actually so advanced and so difficult to maintain, they only saw service within the borders of Germany where they could like reliably get them properly maintained. Fun fact. Here's an even more fun fact about the Flak 46. They actually had even bigger versions of them with like 10.5mm guns and I think 12cm guns as well there. Similarly though, most of the models are service within the borders of Germany, but they did exist. They did have like larger versions of these bastards. There you go though. Frost, of course, sharp think here, moves in his 250 and holds away the Flak 36 before the Americans can catch up with it. We'll have to see if Alstreim does the same here. He took us with the hanging Mac, and it is over to Ra.
Germans are down to 200 points.
Machine gun there holding up the eastern side. Setting up the Flak 36 here. There's also the Flak 37, which is a slightly updated version of the Flak 36.
Territory point is no longer under our control.
Swing about here.
M16 crew.
M16 holding back. We got here. He's actually gone for 900 Sherman. He's got like 3 Hellcats and 100 Sherman here. We got the Stukas first there, unleashing a rocket barrage into the streets here. Heading American anti-tank crews and a few other things here. Knocking up copious amounts of dust and asphalt. East side here though. Parrots will look up top maneuver here, the right flank here, but Frost was ready with machine gun here by the train station. And now they got artillery strike calling the machine gun here by that 254. It continues to do excellent work here for Frost. No, wait, that seems a bit bigger. Oh, he called in an artillery barrage, not just a mortar barrage. Meanwhile, US forces are calling it a carpet bombing run on the Flak 36. Again. This time the Frost can't get it out there in time. And oh god, the carnage. 254, 250 machine guns wiped. Somehow the Flak 36 survived that. Meanwhile, we got an ambulance there rushing between the ruins and all the casualties here. Got a crew engine, the Flak 36, and all the sorts of weapons here. And we got a loiter in the center. Oh god, the Scars are again alive. There's so much air support. And imagine you got the M16 starting to rip through the Stukas again. The Sturzkampf bomber. Panzerflaming forts here. Eastside Frost somehow managed to successfully repulse the Americans despite the arrival of the ambulance but lacking any armor. Blackfix have been crewed. Like this match is like just hectic. Like you just got these moments where like just everything just basically goes insane. Punching's got to get too close to the enemy base here. American arm there wetting repairs quite badly.
The enemy is moving on our strategic point.
So what is Frost's next move? The fact we haven't seen like any tanks has been thinking he's like going for a Tiger tank again now that he's sort of stabilized for the Flak 36. Sort of.
One of our sectors is now
We got 271, 159 here. As for Alstreim, I'm guessing just more Panzer Thieves. Of course, he could perhaps have plans of his own. Nope, no armored reserves there. He's not yet. Up north, they could actually try and go for the western victory point, try and get the beat going more aggressively on the Americans here. Also, it's out to Sorceleur.
We have the upper hand. Keep pushing.
Americans definitely need some more armor, but they also need to keep it a bit better alive against all these Flak 36s. But the fact, you know, that they got few tanks left, in particular Ra, is certainly an indicator the Flak 36s have done their part. 2 thumbs up to that. Hertz running forwards here. Getting hammered here by the Panzerkampfwagens, the Panzer Pioneer doing their part. We got Panzers being rushed forwards here, but Alstreim as well here to maintain the line here. Can they make further breakthrough into the lines of the 1st Division and get pushed on towards the victory point here? Hard to say. East side here though, Frost moving an ambulance up. We got machine gun bunkers being dug in here to the parks around the church here. Further fortifying the now ruined landscape here around the church. Flak 36 there, opening up here in the advancing aircraft, hoping to shoot it down, but you can't make those aircraft impossible to shoot down to like ensure your paradops don't get like messed up. And oh no, it's another bombing run. It's another carpet bombing. The US Air Force is absolutely going bananas. Machine gun wiped out again. Flak 36 somehow survives it this time around. Somehow. And now they're calling it a dive bomb on the Flak. They really want it gone. Meanwhile, the other Flak still is the same spot. Aircraft shot down, but he still managed to get to drop the bombs. But the Flak shot the... Oh, goodness. Other Flak actually picked up by the other 250 Alstreim, apparently learning there a few things from Frost. East side here, Panzer moving up. He catches the Americans there. German Panzers remaining here in a reserve position. And we got here Alstreim holding a pack 38 there from the Americans. Meanwhile, we got Sorceleur here moving forwards. Ambulance is supporting here from Ra. And it's over to Frost again. Frost, by the way, I think putting too many resources into the Tiger tank. I mean, he's got next to nothing left. And his flak just got hosed again.
Artillery batteries are on standby.
Like, he wants that Tiger tank. I think he's like, cool it here and just call it in.
Anti-tank crew lost.
I mean, I understand it doesn't want like to hand his opponent a flak 36, but at this rate, he's going to do it no matter what. Meanwhile, Panzer 3 is being met with heavy bazooka fire there as Sorceleur moves forwards here, but I think a head-on assault into this particular area there is rather foolhardy. Frost still recruiting that flak 36, still not calling in a Tiger tank here. Where did the flak? Oh, the flak 36 move forwards, but now it's been abandoned here in the middle of the road. Now Frost call in the Tiger tank again. The flak 36 has been accrued. And we got the Americans are lining up. We got 159, 147. Frost called in a fresh Tiger tank here. And we got his Torrente somehow still alive despite everything moving forwards here through the ruined landscape here. And the Stukas vs. barrage here is going in. Buildings crumbling and everything else just exploding. As the Panther Fleet on the Alstreim moves forwards. And we got a Sherman force as well here, but only to meet with a flak 36.
Enemy has taken a victory point.
Act. What's the British called it? The AK. Tiger tank number 2 from the Foreign Force Schwerer Panzerabteilung. Moving forwards here. Through broken roads, blasted buildings, and American wreckage. Oh look! So Luftwaffe actually shot something down for once. Actually, it's one of the Heeresflakabteilungs that did it. Oh, well then. Scratch that one for the Luftwaffe. It looks like here that Sorceleur slightly lost his aggressiveness here again. Those flak 36s are making it hard for him to like just make these flat Hellcat dives he's really fond of. Paratrooping forwards here, gonna make a run for it. There you go, Panther flaming up support here. Torrente support as well here. And there you go, this time he does throw the satchels, and we got another bombing run. He's even throwing 2 satchels. Flag 36 is down. Ambulance is gonna... No, don't drive it in. What are they doing? They're sending everything into the... Oh, God, 999. Oh, God, hero. And the Tiger tank, somehow survived it. Somehow Alstreim didn't lose all his panzers. Got in the email. Torrente being absolutely pulverized. It's over to Alstreim, by the way. Over to Alstreim. He has now gone for armored reserves as well. I suppose he could be planning a Tiger tank as well. And we got barrage here from Frost against the Americans, trying to prevent them from pushing forward. So we got 159 versus 73. Germans now have the lead of the Americans quite decisive in terms of victory points, but of course they can still rapidly change. Tiger tank there engaging. That Mercy. M16 by the way is still alive. Sherman there, they're also alive despite being hit by an 88mm armor-piercing round. Alstreim there, inching towards that Tiger, the Tiger. I suppose he could go for battlefield salvage, try and score some tank kills that way. And then, rush towards it. Definitely something Yankees are doing. But with Frost having, the only flak 36 on the Tiger tank now, he certainly seems to be more of the linchpin here. In terms of, withstanding, any major armored assault. So theoretically, if Sorceleur and Ra is smart, they could actually try and, assail here Alstreim and overwhelm him. We'll have to see. So 159-54 here. We got American force bringing forwards an anti-tank and with Pathfinders there engaging the machine gun bunker here, blasting it apart. The Panzer nest there will soon collapse. But no, Tiger tank inching forward here, forcing the anti-tanks to reposition. At least partially. And there you go, Panzer nester kaput. And we got more paratroops, I think, dropping in. Is that anti-tank being dropped in here by Sorceleur? I can't quite tell. It is paratroopers there right in front of the Tiger tank. Blackface from there you go. Alstreim pushes him with his panzers. And for some reason, also the Stuckers first. I'm guessing that was a misclick here by Alstreim. Got artillery barrage here, called in on the point. Already still artillery barrage, I think, from Frosty, since he doesn't have the 254. It is over here to Ra. Hellcat there, taking a hell of a hit here from the Flak 36. Couldn't bring about. We got another carpet bombing run. Can't Frost get it out of there? Oh! Somehow, he managed it. I'm fairly certain they're going to need some new upholstery for the driver's seat on that 250 halfback. And a fresh change of underpants for the driver. Meanwhile, in the center here, we got the Germans with another lighter. Going here for Hellcat, knocked out. And now we got another carpet bombing run trying to catch the Germans on the move. But the Panther fleet's already moved past it. Jeez. Oh, they called it in on the Flak 36, clearing it out. Panther 3's are diving into the base. They're going for the Hellcat. One Panther 3 down. Second Panther 3, though, still alive and could take out the Hellcat here. Yes. 9. Yes. Flak of Panther 3 got the Hellcat. They're leaving Sorceleur now tankless and tank destroyerless. This could definitely put a lot of pressure onto Ra's shoulders now. Sherman 14 gained the TIE tank. We got heavy fire from name tanks on the TIE tank. Shots bouncing off the 100mm just thick armor, but at this point also fairly scorched armor.
Enemy movement near our victory point.
And every shot is just bouncing. Good God.
Enemy movement near victory point.
I've heard of heat treatment, but this seems a bit absurd. And we got a Tiger tank not far from as well there, easy. Third Tiger tank shot from the front of 4th Schwerer Panzerabteilung. A full Tiger platoon here, I think.
Now under enemy control.
Panzer, you can see it being slapped apart there by the victory point. We got 20 versus 144. The Americans are nearly holding on in the face of the German onslaught, but the Germans are definitely taking quite a beating as well, so this could still go all the way. And we got a white phosphorus shell here from the Sherman on the Tiger tank. Panzer coming through the increasingly broken road here, like, there's like very few strips of that road that's like just not been completely rendered unusable for like any transportation. This does involve like pack mules. There you go. Second time we forward Stuckers was they're blocking the path. Cat had is a very sorry. Ralph's got to hang out behind, well, some ruins. Not there's really a lot to hide behind, honestly. Stuckers was barrage here on the American positions of Ra. Over to Sorceleur. There's now mostly infantry. All of his armor is gone. We got 2 Shermans here for Ra, though. Frost trying to get the victory point, but the Americans are not allowing that to happen. Tiger tank taking shots for the side armor. Guastatori there, ace level. Heroes of the new Roman Empire there, pushing forward. Got more rockets here being unleashed into the Americans. Slamming into Sorceleur's possessions. His men are being distributed quite generously across a very wide area. Tiger tanks are getting ready to push forwards here for Alstreim. Counterattacking hard to the Americans. No, they can't afford to sit back here now anymore. They got 14 points left as the Germans 123 here. West side here, Pants pushing against Raft Squad. We got a 30 cal they're ripping through there. West side's really not seeing a lot of action. And even like the east side, I feel I could have seen more action, at least more on the far right here to like just launch some deeper flanks. Several hits of the anti-tanks on the Tiger tank here. Tiger tank pushing forwards. Pack 38. They're under American stewardship. They're opening up the Tiger shots, though, are seemingly not having much sex penetrating here. Yes, indeed, they are having limited success. Panther 3 there, pushing in as well there. Could be a drive towards the victory point there, so not be a bad idea for the Germans. Ra shifting his tanks from the east towards the west here. Perhaps sensing better luck there. But yeah, I think both Flak 36 at this point are gone. And another carpet bombing run. The US Air Force is just dropping all of the bombs and then some. Apparently they got a lot of bombs that have an expiration date they need to use. Causing heavy losses to Alstreim and more crucially towards the locals. As these Like, almost every building around the center is just getting flattened. East side here, Panzer the Panzerjäger's got the Titan forts here, traversing the moon landscape here. Tiger tanks, we got more rockets going down. Anti-tank being hauled in, we got 14 versus 100. Over to Frost again. Who's got like a little bit of infantry, a Tiger tank, a 250, and a Stukas first left. He could, I suppose, call in a Panzer IV assault group. Or a Stuka assault group. I do think he needs to call in something here soon. He wants more armor. He wants more steel. It's only called something to consider here for Alstreim. But so far, no sign out here from Frost. I mean, they could also call in more Flak 36s, I suppose. 91 versus 14. And there you go. We actually get a Panzer IV called in here by Frost. Assault gun is running along here. Tiger tank advancing here. And there you go. Great hit there by the Tiger tank through the ruins of the church into the Sherman there. Ambulance running about here for Rot. And there you go. Another Sherman brute up. As Frost and the 16th Infantry looks like they're getting ready for another push here against the Americans. Troops they're being absolutely slammed here by the Tiger tank across the now broken plaza. Stukas are first, unleashing another voluminous volley of high explosives here. Americans definitely too bunched up here, and I think Frost is lining up as well here. It's just pandemonium here as everything explodes. Except the Shermans for once. Tiger tank running through here, left side, east left, dangerous exposed ball here, and the Germans I think finally caught on to that. I'm pushing here, could draw on the western victory point here. We got 67 versus 14. The Americans are really betting everything. The Germans like just lose sight of the larger battle and just try to attack into them, which case they could win this still. But if the Germans become a bit smart and just push the western victory point, that is overextending the Americans, they still should be able to win this. But it certainly depends here what they're capable of doing after this match. I mean, it's like almost an hour-long match. They're going to be exhausted. Tiger tank forced away by a desperate but heroic attempt here by the anti-tank gunners to hold up. Tiger tank moving forward, got Panzerjägers on the point here. Order to finally use the camouflage skills to just avoid getting shot at for as long as possible. And we got a carpet bombing run here on the western victory point. More buildings just being slammed into oblivion by the US Air Force. Good God. And I think we got an Obidja barrage here. Yes, indeed. 9 points left for the Americans. 8. Six. 5. 4. 3. 2. And yeah, I think that's it. GG. Game over, ladies and gentlemen. An absolutely madhouse of a battle. I mean, at this point, it's like, you know, we did it, Otto! We took the Smith City back from the Americans! What city, Friedrich? Well, that's a problem for the Italians to figure out anyways, isn't it? But yeah, like, most of the city, like, just around the center's, like, just been leveled. There's, like, you know, a few bricks taking up here and there, but the rest has just been crushed. I'd also like to point out the engine's handling it fairly well. This has been Coh3, like, this would be a PowerPoint slideshow halfway through, but yeah. Like, absolutely brutal. And those two Flak 36s really allowed the Germans to scratch back because the Americans really didn't know how to deal with that without, like, just, you know, leveling, like, entire city blocks in the process. So that was just an absolute spectacle of match there. Definitely going to have a war maneuver on both sides, but, you know, I'd say it gets a bit of a pass just due to the sheer specs of those Flak 36s and all those carpet bombing runs. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family. You can also support the Propagandacast by donating or pledging on Patreon. It'll help me out a lot there. Links in the description. This is Imperial Leasing. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.